of helping Mary come to a positive conclusion in the series, because yes, this is a series that we can affect change in, but in order to do that, we have to first reveal the fifth and final evil of Hi, I'm Mary Mary. So Mary is trapped in this house, right, every night having to deal with these demons harassing her. But then in episode 8, Discovery, something changes. While being chased through the house by the veiled lady, she throws open a door only to discover that she's now outside, swimming. As the video's description says, I found my garden. The next episode, Outside Inside, shows us that garden, which I gotta say looks more like a forest really, but whatever, she can call it whatever she wants. Mary feels safe here, at peace. As the video says, she could stay here for hours. By the end of the episode, she's booted out of the garden back into the horrors of her daily life, but determined to find a way to get herself back in. Eventually, through some unexplained means, she does find her way back, and as we see in Check-In, she stays there almost every night, preferring it to reality. But not even the garden is safe from intruders, as we see in, well, the episode titled Intruder. The garden is home to a fifth entity, the Woman in White, a mysterious figure who hides her face and can only mouth words to Mary, a figure who seems to be telling Mary to leave the garden. And that's what we're here to discuss today. Is the Woman in White just a malicious entity, this one disguising herself in a color commonly associated with purity and goodness, with the intention of getting Mary out of her safe place and back into the hands of the monsters at home? Or is the Woman in White the one and only force for good trying to help Mary? Is the garden Mary's only safe haven from the creatures that torment her, actually causing her more harm? I think the answer is yes. I believe that the garden is Mary's biggest and most dangerous villain, a representation of Mary's turn to drug use as she struggles with her mental illnesses. And not just any drug either. I think it's heroin in particular. And the Woman in White is the one trying to pull her away from that addiction. So let's break down all the clues that Mary has left for us. First, let's just think narratively about what it means for Mary to be able to escape the house that she's trapped in. Remember, the house is a symbol of Mary's mind, her mental state. So leaving it is going to be her entering an altered mental state, like a drug trip. It's also not uncommon for hard drug users to describe their first experience as euphoric, giving them the exact thing they needed to feel better about whatever led them to the drug to begin with. And for Mary, that's exactly what we're seeing. The garden initially gives her a sense of freedom and openness, away from all the monsters that have been torturing her mind. But just like with drug use, the garden quickly turns into something much more sinister. We see Mary getting dependent on the garden. As she says in the opening of Intruder, I'm so glad you're all my friends, but no offense, I like the garden best. She openly tells us that she spends every night in it, that she no longer feels the need to look for answers as to why she's trapped in this house. And slowly, we start to see the garden decay. Mary's trips to the garden are never quite as enjoyable as that first time. In fact, as the series goes on, the garden begins to change. The sun is rarely around. Rainy, cloudy weather begins to pervade the place. Mary begins to find abandoned places and broken things. Sometimes the garden is literally just water where she starts to drown. We're given a very dissonant imagery of the garden being torn apart, with a different Mary screaming at the spot where peaceful Mary is resting, almost as though reality is trying to break through but can't. The garden even starts to make her physically sick, as at the end of the video Intruder, the camera collapses and we hear her vomiting just off screen. These chaotic events are echoed in her Twitter account with statements like, my garden naps don't seem to cut it anymore. Sleeping in the garden doesn't feel fulfilling. And I think I might be getting sick. Feel nauseous a lot, but not during the day, usually when I enter the garden. This is all a direct parallel to the 5 stages of drug addiction. First use, regular use, risky use, dependence, and disorder. Mary's first time is practically an accident, something that she stumbles into as she runs from the veiled lady, and it's one that offers temporary relief. But once she starts regularly going to the garden, the trips become shorter, they're less pleasant. She feels the need to go there more frequently on a regular basis, and just like in drug addiction, as the addiction gets worse, she loses interest in hobbies and pushes away relationships. In this case, her relationship with us, the audience. She prefers the drugs. She prefers visiting the garden over spending time with us, the people who were helping her get through the mental illnesses in a healthy way. Even when the drugs start making her sick, she can't seem to stop. Meanwhile, back in the house, when she returns to it, the monsters appear to be getting worse. The shadow, representative of her regret, becomes so large that only its hand can fit into the kitchen. Beauty is shown towering over Mary as she lays lifeless in her reflection, even ripping into Mary, as we see in the final video uploaded onto the channel so far. The veiled lady is physically harming her, and previously the only thing she did, according to Mary in her live stream, was say mean things. So it's definitely looking like with the discovery of the garden, the problems in her home, again a metaphor for her mind, are worsening. Now, I mentioned earlier that I thought that Mary's Garden wasn't just any drug addiction. I thought it was heroin. And there are a handful of telltale signs that this is most likely the case. In the video titled The Last 8 Months, her hair begins to fall out, or at least thin to the point where it's easily torn off. Her dental health also shows extreme signs of damage, pulling out a tooth towards the latter half of that same video. Both symptoms have been connected to drug use. And not just any drug use, heroin. Her hair loss is likely tied to a condition known as telogen effluvium, where drug use shocks the body's biological systems, causing certain hair follicles to prematurely stop growing, in essence killing them, resulting in the hair falling out 3 months later. Same thing with the dental issues. In 2012, the Journal of American Dental Association found that heroin and methamphetamine users had higher rates of tooth decay and oral issues, as those drugs did things like cause the roots of the teeth to retract. But our last and most obvious clue as to what's going on here is the repeated imagery of Mary rubbing her arm. Starting in check-in and continuing all the way to where the series is now, we can see her repeatedly checking her forearm. This is her checking for track marks, areas of discoloration along the veins that become damaged due to injecting drugs intravenously. So Mary is clearly in a bad state here. Already she's dealing with mental issues, and now we see that she's stumbled into the world of drug addiction as well, which is only making her existing problems worse. Enter the mysterious woman in white, the fifth and final entity, one that...
Tastes weird.
Those are the sparkler berries.
Wow, could this be working already?
I don't know. Don't catch me drinking that stuff.
I'll take them.
How many?
All of them.
Shucks, I mean, it'll change your life.
I have so much energy. What to do? It's early, but I guess I can make dinner. Now what? Oh, here's that book I always wanted to write. Jim, I don't think that's too early to put up Christmas decorations. Merry Christmas! Oh, hi. Hey, I hope you don't mind. I did a few things around the house. I painted the garage. I resurfaced the swimming pool. Oh, and I moved everything that was in your room into the kitchen. But if you don't like it, I can move it back, no problem. I just have 3 hours left on the training. But after that, I definitely can move your stuff back into your bedroom. Unless you want me to move it into the garage. I just painted. Are you okay? Never better. Never better. Are you guys itchy? Have you guys seen any sparkles that still have sparkle in them? I'm all out of sparkle and I need some sparkle. You know what I mean? What is wrong with you? I got more sparkle. Sparkle. He's got some. Where's the picture? I can taste it. Where's the sparkle? Where is it?
What in tarnation are you doing in my house?
Oh, I was just, I figured I'd stop by. I saw the window was unlocked, and it seemed like a great time to come over and hang out.
Well, I thought I was the only one who broke into people's houses to hang out.
Say, you know what goes well with hanging out? Sparkle. Do you have any more sparkle? I could really go for some sparkle.
Don't got no more. You bought it all.
What? But I really need it.
Well, I said I don't got no more.
Well, you gotta look it up.
I guess I could take you to my supplier.
Let's go now.
Fine. Let me throw on some jeans.
Now.
I just want my sparkle. Cut down the pen. Put down the stapler right all over the pig's face.
So why does everyone want to write on my face?
Just give me my sparkle. Put down the pen. I'm gonna eat. I said, give me my sparkle. Put it down. I'm not leaving here until you give me my sparkle. I said, put it down.
We will come off.
This is a place of information is illegal about that?
You're all under arrest.
What's going on here?
This whole operation's a scam. These things are filled with dangerous, highly addictive chemicals.
Drugs.
The sparkler berries.
Well, get that guy to adopt it.
Am I on